is confirmation of the first match within the tie has gone to Japan. Akane Yamaguchi with a straight game win over the former world champion Ratchanok. Well, next up is the first women's doubles, and the current world number twos Yuki Fukushima and Sayaka Hirota for Japan are up against a scratch pairing. The ties have split their top two pairs, and we have Jongkong-pan KITITHARAKUL playing with SUPAJIRAKUL. Well, we await for the players to arrive on centre stage, quite literally. The silver medalists from the World Championships last year in Glasgow. The current world number twos, Yuki Fukushima and Sayaka Hirota. So this scratch pairing from Thailand, the very tall Putita SUPAJIRAKUL, and today playing with Jongkong-pan KITITHARAKUL. Well, we don't really know what to expect from this pair from Thailand. We know that both of them as individuals are hugely talented, and we also know that they have played all 5 previous ties within this Uber Cup campaign, but with their regular partners. I wonder if the fact that KITITHARAKUL and Prajongjai had lost their last 2 matches, the quarterfinal on Thursday against Indonesia and then the semi-final yesterday against China. They did lose to the world champions, which I don't think is any disgrace. It was a very close second game as well. So obviously, with the Thai pair not having played together before, this has to be the first meeting.
Black.
So our umpire for this one,
Yourself, Jongkong-pan.
Paul Buffon from England, and Lawrence Besta from South Africa will be his service judge.
Yuki. Yuki.
So as far as Yuki Fukushima is concerned, born in Yatsushiro City in Kumamoto Prefecture, turned 25 20 days ago, and she and her partner are enjoying their 2nd week at a career high of number 2. Sayaka Hirota, born also in Kumamoto, and reached the World Championship final in Glasgow last year, and in doing so were only the 2nd pair from Japan ever to contest a World Championship women's doubles final. The first pair had been at the very first World Championships in 1977 in Malmo. Well, as you can see, the only blip was yesterday in the semi-final against Korea when they lost to the scratch pairing that Morten was talking about earlier of Kim So-young and Shin Sung-chan, and it was 2 straight games as well. So to Jongkong-pan KITITHARAKul, 25 years of age, born in the ancient city of Chiang Mai in northern Thailand. She is currently number 8 in the world ranking with Rawinda Prajongjai, with whom she's been playing all previous ties within this campaign. Putita SUPAJIRAKUL is 22, born in Phitsanulok, which is one of the oldest cities in Thailand. And yes, look, she is very tall indeed. That equates to about 6 feet tall. So the umpire, Paul Buffum, calls the players. That is actually a little misleading, isn't it? Because they've played every match so far, but not together.
Yeah.
So
that was very misleading indeed.
But given what you were saying earlier about Korea throwing in a scratch pairing in the semi-final yesterday and then beating Fukushima and Hirota, this may be a stroke of genius on the selection front from Thailand.
Yeah, once again, it's a little bit, as what we mentioned before, make or break, and I think it's a brave and good decision. And you know, when I saw Korea play yesterday against Japan in this women's doubles, the Korean player was playing extremely aggressive.
KITITHARAKUL,
So maybe that's also what you will see from these 2 Thailand players.
Yeah.
And on my left, Japan, represented by Yuki Fukushima and Sayaka Hirota. Thailand to serve, Putita SUPAJIRAKUL to Yuki Fukushima, love all, play.
So Thailand to get this first women's doubles underway. Oh dear, that's ominous.
1 love.
Well, only 2 rallies, but we've seen 2 nervous errors.
1-4.
That is a very, very good smash.
2-1.
Covered that one down the line.
Did the Japanese pair look nervous yesterday, Morten, against the Koreans, or was it just that the Koreans went all out attack and they couldn't deal with it?
I think you have a point. I was actually going to make the point a little bit later, because it's very interesting when you get awards every year. You have the most talented player of the year, you have the most improved player of the year, and so forth.
Yeah.
These 2 players from Japan, they're 25 and 23 years of age, which is quite mature.
Yeah.
Last year, 2017, they received the award as the most improved player of the year. which just shows that they have not been on the circuit very long.
No.
And they've made it all the way to number 2 in the world in a very, very short time. So you're so right that they are not that experienced.
No.
And yesterday they felt the pressure.
Yeah. I suspected they may have done.
Yeah. But the Japanese team have, of course, they have many options in their team and lineup. But this is still, you know, having Takahashi and Matsutomo in that second doubles is
The Olympic champion, second doubles.
a pretty good point, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's well left.
Service over. 2-5.
And of course, the selection for Thailand has taken the pressure off the players because it's a scratch pairing. Nobody's sort of expecting you to win because you're not a regular partnership. It's actually very, very psychologically may have been a very clever move. Oh,
Yeah, we have a challenge.
yeah, that was called out.
It was.
Challenge.
But again, going back to the split of these two pairs, you've also taken the two hard hitters, the two aggressive ones, and put them together in the first one.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, good challenge. Very good challenge.
Correction. In. Service over. 6-2. Play.
I think today the drift is going towards that far end.
3-6.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, not as drastic as before.
No, but I would still say about an inch. And you know, in these terms, it might not sound a lot, but when you want to play as accurate as you can to that back line,
Yeah.
then it suddenly means a lot.
Yeah, well, it certainly made a difference on that last one, didn't it?
Service over. 7-3.
No, it wasn't the best of serves
Service
from
over.
KITITHARAKUL.
4-7.
Yeah, well long.
Yeah.
5-7. Play.
Well, I remember last year when Fukushima and HIROTA caused a sensation by winning the Malaysian Premier Super Series. They weren't even seeded. And I think 2016 they were playing on the Grand Prix and
Circuit,
Grand Prix
yeah.
Gold Circuit, yeah. So to suddenly go to winning Premier Super Series in a year, I can fully understand why they got the most improved players of the year, plus their silver medal at World Championships.
But you would always think that that would be given to players, let's say 19, 20, 21 years of age. But these two players are 23 and 25, which is quite extraordinary.
Yeah.
9-5.
that was a very good serve, because I think that Fukushima was considering leaving it. Nice.
Service over.
But I think this one was set up by Hirota. It was really nice to see her being so aggressive on that return of serve, on that low serve. Something, you know, I'm looking for when I'm watching these women's doubles, is that, you know, they must become more aggressive when they return a serve.
11-6.
A roar from the home fans, because the scratch pairing of KITITHARAKUL and SUPAJIRAKUL have the advantage, a 5-point advantage here at the mid-game interval in the opening game. It's awfully difficult for the coaches in a situation like this, because in my mind, the Japanese pair are, do you understand the correct use of the word petrified? It means
yes, I do.
Turn to stone.
Yes.
So, you know, they're not moving as they usually do. They're so nervous to me that they can't play their normal way. So the main job of the Japanese coaches is probably to somehow relax them, get them played into the match. What do you say to players in those situations?
Yeah, I think if I was the coach, I would say, you know, make use of the fact that they actually play against the drift.
Yeah.
Because that means that they can play that backline a lot more. So when you play the backline, you get longer rallies. And when you get longer rallies, you tend to relax a little bit more and you work your way into it. And I would definitely start playing that backline some more, rather than doing what they're doing now, you know, attacking, and then they are opening up for counter-attacking opportunities from the opponents, and that is trouble sometimes. But, you know, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
8-11.
Well, that was certainly a longer rally than some of the ones earlier. I'm not sure it was the longest. I think the longest we've had so far is 29 shots. Wow, it was well put away. Oh my goodness. Yeah, get back up. Yeah. Court will need to be mocked.
9-11.
So all 3 points since the mid-game interval have gone to the Japanese pair, and you've got to congratulate those two coaches, haven't you? Park Ji-bong, the head coach, because whatever they said, it's worked wonders.
It's working so far. But as I say, there's more play, and when you get more play, that's one of the things I remember when I used to play myself, was that it's so important to get into the match in the first 3, 4, 5 minutes, and how to get into the match is by playing rallies. And then you start relaxing a bit more, and so far they were 11-6 down, but there was hardly any rallies in that opening half, so you need to get the rallies to settle down getting into it.
Yeah.
Service over. 10-12.
Oh, well reached. Just missed it.
Yeah, it's just wide.
But it's interesting because the Japanese pair seem to be going all-out attack at the moment.
Yeah, but I was just going to say there are two ways. You can either, as I suggested, try to play some more backline and basic game and get the rallies going, or you can hit as mad.
Yeah.
And they've chosen the second one. However, I think the Thai combination really have to start looking for these counter-attacking opportunities.
Yes. Well worked, good interception. And I have to say, Morten, when you were talking about how to get back in it and play to the back, I thought to myself, that's not what I would have done. I would have just tried to blast the shuttle, hitting it down
as hard as you can.
Yes.
Yeah, but there are these two options.
Yeah.
And depends on the mood and your style of play and your abilities.
And the character of
who you are.
I was never a patient player at the best of times, so
so that explains a lot.
Serve 14-11.
Yeah, I think this is going to be fascinating because I think it's going to be a battle between which pair can get on the attack more.
Yes. And if I may add on to it, I think it will be immensely important for Thailand to win this first game.
14.
To help their confidence or to rattle the established pair?
Both.
Yeah. Well taken.
I think it will be more tricky if, let's say, Japan win this first game and then for Thailand to keep remaining calm, staying in the match and really having that self-belief that they can do as and when the self-confidence of the Japanese team is rising as well.
Service over. 13-15.
Good rotational play by the Japanese players.
And that's a nice block shot there.
And you're right. It was the blocked defensive shot and the move forward that changed the momentum of the whole rally.
It was.
33 shots. It was KITITHARAKul
that did it, and she really played that really well. The block shot was perfect.
16-13. Service over. 14-16.
instead of those two lifts, would you have liked to see a drive defence or a block and move forward again?
Yeah, drive defence.
Yeah.
Go in on the attack, make use of those opportunities, because this is the chance they have. And they're good at it, and it worked really well in the first half of this game. And they have to try to get back into that kind of situation.
Yeah.
Play.
That's way long. And it means that Fukushima and Hirota are back level. 16 all. This next rally is a big, big point. Oh, that's good drive defence. There's the block and move forward. Oh, that's wonderful play from the World Championship silver medalists.
17,
The
16.
Japanese combination is definitely picking up on their self-confidence here. They're playing much more positive badminton now.
Yeah. Oh, I hadn't noticed she'd got strapping on her thigh or hamstring. I'm not sure which it's protecting, but now on a run of 4 straight points, they go into the lead. First time in the game they've been in the lead. Good change of pace. I like that.
Yep.
Lovely play from Hirota.
You don't see that enough. I'm not talking about this game. I'm talking in general.
In women's doubles.
In all kinds of doubles. There's always this really fast and furious flat exchanges, and so often you see these block shots being so efficient.
Yeah. Well, it's now 6 straight points
16.
and 2 points away from the opening game. And I agree with you, Morten, it's the Japanese pair who've stepped up to the plate.
Definitely, they have so much more self-confidence now.
Good drive.
Yes.
Yeah, follows up with a drop shot. So it's 7 straight points.
20, game point.
Bring the world
16.
number 2s to game point opportunities. Yes, the delightful drop shot.
Yeah. Good fighting spirit, though.
Yeah.
Thank you, Petita.
And she had a
Thank you.
long match yesterday, didn't she? Against China. Against Wang Yaxiong and Tang Jinhua.
Yeah, it was more than an hour and 1.5 hours, wasn't it?
1 hour, 39 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Service
goes
over.
down as a service error.
17, 20.
On a piece. When the Thai pair are able to hit in a downward direction, it does make a huge difference. And the Japanese pair look a bit vulnerable.
Yeah, it's when the Thai pair is moving up on court and standing side by side and having that small upper hand and playing all these flat drives, that's when the Thais are winning the points.
So 2 game points have been saved by the Thais. Well, the 2 game points remain for Japan.
It's going wide.
So on their 3rd game point opportunity, Yuki Fukushima and Sayaka Hirota take the opening game 21-18 in 23 minutes of play. This is the final rally. Shuttle drifting well wide. Well, I suspect those few Japanese fans have been drowned out by home fans here. To Sanapan Viswas and sadly Thongtongkam. 2 coaches for Japan, Park Ji-won and Kai Nakajima.
Second game. Level. Play.
I think we're right about the drift, Morton.
Yeah, probably more than an inch, actually.
Now, I know this is going to sound as if I'm stating the obvious, but obviously, given what you said about the necessity you thought for the Thai pair to win the first game, that hasn't happened. It is absolutely essential they get off to a good start here in the second to keep that belief.
Yeah, and that's where it's going to be quite difficult now, because I feel that Fukushima and Hirota have gained a lot of self-confidence by winning that first game, and I think the Thai combination actually lost a little bit of momentum in that first game.
Well, that was the first service fault of the match. Oh, that's a great defensive shot. Oh, my goodness, yeah. Well, there was confusion initially as to who was going to go for that one.
Yeah.
And then completely mistimed by KITITHARAKUL. Oh, well reached.
Service over. 4-3. Service over. 4-4.
Yes, good placement of the smash towards the right hip of SUPAJIRAKUL.
Yeah, not only that, should it come back, you can see it would be a straight, look at the action, you will see it would have been a straight flat shot straight into the forehand of her partner.
Yeah.
So it was a really good shot.
Oh, don't believe that.
And it's over.
Don't believe it. Yeah. Oh, a wonderful net exchange early on in that rally. Talking in the opening game about the need to step forward.
Yeah, they have to move up on the court. But the Japanese are playing a very clever game, because despite the fact that they play with the drift, they're still prepared to play these lifts. It's kind of attacking lifts.
Yeah.
So we've seen it on a few occasions, and they have been very effective. The last one we saw was obviously finished with that block shot at the end. The other one was when they missed complete the shot on the backhand side.
Yeah.
So here we have it again.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
7-4.
I think that must be the longest running of this second game so far. Yes.
Service over. 5-7.
Totally deceived her opponents. Yeah, it's good work. Initial smash down the centre, narrowing the angle of reply. Got the net player involved. Here we go.
8-5.
There, well put away from Fukushima. that was a lovely shot. It's a good rally. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I suspect this might be the longest of the match.
That was the attacking lift.
Yeah. It was a very good rally. Good fighting spirit from all four players on court. Yes, longest rally by some considerable margin. Push wide.
Opting for a challenge.
SUPAJIRAKUL challenges.
I saw that as clearly wide more.
Me too. Me too.
Well, I think it was a tactical challenge.
I think so too. Time to towel down.
Remaining.
See if they can salvage a few more points here before the mid-gaming tour.
Yeah.
10-5. Play.
That rally started off with a very nice variation of the wide serve. The serving wide, low serve. You don't see that a lot. A lot of players are opting to serve for the tee.
Steen and I were talking about that yesterday in the Thomas Cup tie with Denmark and Japan, and the need to vary it. And
11-6.
when it was varied, what a good effect it had. So it's a 5-point advantage. It's the same scoreline, 11-6 in the second game as it was in the first, but it's the advantage, in contrast to the first, to the Japanese pair.
Seconds. 20 seconds.
Well, the gestures there from Park Ju-bong, I think, were along the same lines as what you've been verbalising.
Sayaka.
Yeah, I think so too.
Sayaka.
Probably also used to play against one another, so who knows? Now, he's done a fantastic job in Japan over the last, 10 years?
Yeah, I think it's a bit longer than that now, because it's the second time in 4 years that both the Uber Cup and the Thomas Cup team are through to the final. Happened in Delhi, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, straight down the middle.
12-6.
Where they'd worked the rally, they'd forced the short lift. And look where she's smashing from. Nowhere near the back of the court.
That was a very nice moving forward by KITITHARAKUL, the way that she stormed in and really put the pressure on. I think it was HIROTA to play that shot, and she missed it at the net. But the way that she moved forward really forced her to play a very tight shot, and she missed it.
Yeah. So the sheer intimidation of your movement at the front of the courts earns a few points per game.
Yes, it does.
Let.
And let has been called. I'm not quite sure what's happened.
It's complete silence.
Yes, calling for the tournament referee, one of the deputy referees, Dennis Lee, is coming onto court.
I think it's some coaching from behind the court.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, I think it must be, because Dennis Lee is marching off to speak to the Japanese coaches. And of course, you're allowed to coach in between rallies, but you're not allowed to shout out during the rally.
Ready.
I think the fans are a little bemused by what's just gone on.
I'm not sure that the players entirely know what happened as well. But I had a very good incident yesterday where the coaches almost refused to leave the court at an interval. And eventually the umpire just gave the pair the yellow card for not getting their coaches off the court quickly enough. They were cautioned on a few occasions, they were still standing on the court, and then up the yellow card came.
Yeah.
47.
This is good work now by the Japanese pair. I couldn't help but think after that long rally, 59 shots, I can't remember exactly what the score was at the time, but I remembered thinking, because the SUPAJIRAKUL bent double after the rally.
Yes, she did.
And I sort of felt it must be going through her mind, or it's likely it's going through her mind, the thought process, what on earth do we have to do to win points here?
Yes.
And it looks to me as if they're just beginning to run out of ideas of how to create the points. They're waiting for their opponents to make errors. They're not hunting the shuttle enough or using the tactics to be proactive enough in actually making it happen.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. And the next is, of course, you have to consider that extremely long match of yesterday.
Yes.
It must be, you know, in the legs somewhere.
Yeah.
And she's feeling it. I was thinking maybe a kind of a cramp might, you know, be coming up. But she's holding up. She's physically seems to be very strong.
Yeah.
But still, of course, you can feel it from yesterday.
Yeah.
Service over.
And I think this is
15,
where,
9.
you know, some people are saying that maybe there should be a rest day at some point in the competition here. And of course, Thailand had such a tough match against China yesterday.
Yeah.
And Japan survived a little bit more easy against Korea, and maybe that's also making a difference here.
Well,
16-9.
it's looking very much as if Japan are going to win this one. Are you suggesting that you separate the Thomas Cup semi-finals and the Uber Cup semi-finals? So if you had an extra day and they had a rest day after the semi-finals, then you'd have to be playing, in essence, today, but you'd have to move the tournament all back one day.
Yeah, you have to move it back one day to do that.
Yeah.
There are lots and lots of ways of looking at it, whether you want to have a rest day after the group matches, or there's so many ways of looking at it. But because
of course,
10, 16.
one team probably from a group or certain groups does have a rest day because they played Sunday, Monday and Tuesday.
Yes.
So some teams already have a rest day. You don't have a rest day if you just start a day later. Some teams started on the Monday rather.
They did, yes.
Yeah.
Service over.
Well, I must admit, going back to what I said earlier in the first game, that the Japanese pair will gain confidence from winning that first game, and they will just add on the pressure more and more and possibly run away with it. And I think that's what we're seeing. They managed to squeeze in and win that first game 21-18, and now 17-10 up.
Yeah.
Gained so much more confidence.
3 points needed to give Japan a 2-love lead in this Uber Cup final. Well left.
Service over. 11-18.
That was a tired-looking defensive shot to me from SUPAJIRAKUL. Didn't bend the knees.
11.
Too upright in her defensive stance. That's wide, and it's match point opportunities.
20, match point 11. Service over.
Well, delaying the inevitable, one suspects, but there was a match the other day when a player came from 12-20 down. I think it was the third men's singles player, wasn't it, for Korea?
Oh, I didn't see that match, but I saw another men's singles, 16-6 down.
Well, that's it. The comeback hasn't happened because the world #2 pair of Yuki Fukushima and Sayaka Hirota take the first women's doubles, 21-18, 21-12, in a match lasting 46 minutes.
Match won by Japan, 21-18, 21-12.
Well, I have to say, from the mid-game interval in the opening game, when the Japanese pair was 6-11 down, they upped their game, and all credit to them for that, because I thought they started off, well, I used the word petrified, and I didn't mean it in the scared sense. I meant it in the fact that they couldn't move. They were petrified. They were turned to stone, but they got themselves together, and that's great character.
It is. It was really well played after that first mid-game interval.
So it's a desperate situation now for Thailand because Japan are 2-love up in the overall tie. They need just one more point to end the 37-year wait since the last time they lifted the Uber Cup trophy.